Hi everyone, Aidan here at the etrailer. Today we're taking a look at and showing you how to install these Titan Chain diagonal alloy cable snow tire chains. It's going to be on our 2022 Toyota RAV4. Getting these installed is pretty straightforward. It's going to be more of a light duty chain, and we want to take note of a couple things before we get it on the tire. We've got an open section in the middle right here. This is where our tire is going to sit, with this connection being made out in front of our tire. And then on these cross sections here where the cables attach to the outer cables, we're going to have a little engraving that says tire side. We want this face up right now because once it wraps around the tire, that's what will be touching it, and this more abrasive side will be facing away. Once all that's been taken care of, we can take one end of it and feed it behind the tire and out the other side. Now, it's a good idea to practice this in your driveway or your garage at home once or twice just to get a feel for it before you get out in that situation where you need the cables, just to get a feel for it. And once it's around the tire, we can grab this free link and this hook end, bring them up into the wheel well, and connect them. Now, there we go. Just make sure nothing's getting caught. It's a little hard to see back there probably. I'll get my hand out of the way in just a moment. And right there, you can see that connection made. That's going to sit back behind the tire. And just make sure if you do put it back there, ours just came unlinked, so be careful when you're pushing it back. Link that up. Make this connection out front as well. And then carefully center this up on the tire. And then at the bottom, we've got another stud with a catch plate right there that will feed through. And right now, you'll probably notice that we're getting a pretty loose fit. That's okay. This does include a rubber tensioner with the tire chain. So what you want to do is take these green hooks and just hook them onto the cables in a star-shaped pattern relatively evenly around the chain. That's going to apply tension on them and get a good strong hold on the tire. You'll feel that slack being pulled out the more you go around, until finally, with this last hook, we've got a nice snug fit. Now at this point, I always recommend installing the other side, drive forward a little bit, and then come out and check on them. If things have loosened up, you can tighten it up and make adjustments. One of those being this stud right here. There's a second one that we can kind of tighten things up in this area. So if you need to do that, be sure to do it, and then you're ready to hit the road. Now with these being a cable chain, they're going to be a little less aggressive than anything that's a traditional D-link or twist-link chain. So it's going to be a little bit better ride quality, but also not as good traction. This is really meant for more light snow. The nice thing about this is that it's great for limited wheel well clearance. There are other chains out there that are good in that situation from Koenig. So if you need something with a little more bite, you can check out those like the XG12 Pros. But this is going to give a pretty smooth ride quality with the rollers over the cables. It is going to have a manganese nickel alloy construction with a zinc coating. It's going to be more durable than low carbon steel, and it's going to help resist rust and corrosion over time. We always recommend picking up rubber tensioners, so it's nice that this includes them right out of the box. And speaking of boxes, it does come with its own carrying case. Now, with this style of chain, the cable style, they do not go back into these bags very easily. You have to roll them back up, and more often than not, it's hard to roll them back up this tightly and get them back in the bag. It often ends up being a little more trouble than I think it's worth. So I'd maybe look into getting a plastic tote to keep them in, just because that bag that it comes with isn't the most durable thing in the world, and it's kind of hard to get them back in. But if you're looking for something that's going to give you just a little bit better traction in those light snow situations, you don't want it to be super involved to get it installed, and it's just a nice safety measure to have for your RAV4, I think this is a pretty solid chain to get. Thanks for watching.